Good evening and welcome to the Hometown News TV. I'm John Young.
And I'm Lori Young. And this evening we decided to share with you a little snow that's coming down.
Yeah, the snow is just starting to hit here as we record tonight's show, and we might get a little bit tonight.
Yeah, I hear that anywhere from 4 to 6 inches, just depending on how the band's going to go.
Where it ends up lining up, and of course the kids think that's great because they've been out playing a little bit and they would like more snow.
Yeah, I was actually telling the kids we need about 6 more inches before we can snowmobile and sled properly, because it's just a little on the rough side when you go out and
you're playing. Yeah, and hopefully that we can get our snow now, and then being at the end of the season, it'll be gone in just a few weeks.
Actually, the biggest talk was when the kids got off the bus today and they're talking that they could have school 2 hours late, so they're kind of excited about that. So pay attention to the weather and the news, because that could happen, that schools could be running a couple hours late tomorrow.
Yeah, they could.
In this week's Hometown News, we have Harvey McKay. Finding your purpose is like a treasure hunt. Tom Keene, The Good Old Days, his article this week is on the phone history, which kind of reminded me a little bit about the Little House on the Prairie days. Dave Says shares problems with companies that offer to negotiate the balance on credit cards, and when your home is close to being paid off, if it's okay to change the baby steps around to knock out the house loan before starting the retirement funds. This week's upcoming events: Sobieski and Swanville Lions Club 25th Annual Fishing Contest will be held Saturday, February 24th from 12 noon to 3 p.m. on Long Lake, Swanville. Catholic United Financial Matching Grant Breakfast on Sunday, February 25th from 9 to 12:30 at the St. Francis of Assisi Church basement in St. Francis. Freeport Lions will present Save a Life on Monday, February 26th from 6 until 8:30 p.m. at the Sacred Heart Gymnasium in Freeport. New Munich Lions will hold their pancake and sausage breakfast on Sunday, March 4th from 8:30 to 12:30 at the Immaculate Conception Church in New Munich. With this week's obituaries, we have Richard R. Rich Gable, age 78, of Freeport, died Wednesday, February 14th. Services were held Monday, February 19th at the Sacred Heart Catholic Church in Freeport. Bruce W. Williams, age 68, of Freeport, died Wednesday, February 14th. Services were held Wednesday, February 21st at the Sacred Heart Catholic Church in Freeport. Janice Smoot, 71, of Sobieski, died Sunday, February 18th. Services will be held at noon on Saturday, February 24th at the Emblem Brenny Funeral Service in Little Falls. Jim Walburn, formerly of Grey Eagle, died Thursday, February 15th. Services were held Monday, February 19th at the Zion Lutheran Church in Browerville. Elizabeth Betty Etzel, age 93, of Long Prairie, died Monday, February 19th. Services will be held at 11 a.m. Saturday, February 24th at the St. Mary of Mount Carmel Catholic Church in Long Prairie. Marilyn B. Borgerding, age 60, of Freeport, died Monday, February 19th. Services will be held at 11:30 Friday, February 23rd at the Sacred Heart Catholic Church in Freeport. Elizabeth Betty Dora Geerds, age 64, died Tuesday, February 20th. Services will be held at 11 a.m. Saturday, February 24th at the Sacred Heart Catholic Church in Freeport. And you can view the full write-ups of the obituaries in this week's Hometown News. And for birth announcements, we have Loretta Lee Terrace was born to Nathan and Amy Terrace of Melrose on January 31st. Congratulations. This week's Hometown News photos. Our front page photo was from the Race on Trace in Grey Eagle last Saturday, February 17th. The photo was by John Young. Our Minnesota Through the Lens photo is of an owl by Amy Reeland. Destin Rowe won a fish locator donated by the Central Minnesota Credit Union at the Minnesota Darkhouse and Angling Association annual banquet. Canis Pharmacy of Avon joined the Avon Chamber of Commerce. The Grey Eagle Church Ladies having a Valentine's Muffins and Mink gathering. And here we have some more photos with the Race on Trace. You can also view the results on the Race on Trace in this week's Hometown News, along with the Burnenville Township and the Melrose City Minutes. Speaking of the race on trace results, we actually have some local winners that had placed. We have Tracy Rosenow of Grey Eagle, who had taken first place in the 0 to 600 fan. Second place went to Miles Sinner of Holdingford. Skylar Rosenow had taken first place in the improved stock with the 0 to 600 fan. Nick Petrie of Long Prairie took first place in the 801 to 900. Chris Benz had taken first place in the non-traction 0 to 600. And Keith Noner had also taken first place with the motorcycle race. So congratulations to all of you.
So this past weekend, we just finished up with one of the major activities in the area with the Race on Trace. We had really quite nice weather, 35 degrees, a little bit of a breeze, but just a great day. And the crowds were incredible out there.
That's what I hear. And obviously from the results list that I seen, that we had people from everywhere.
Yeah, there were many people, of course, I didn't recognize, but not only were the spectators, a lot of spectators out there, but the participants and their trucks and trailers and, oh my goodness gracious, these mobile workshops are really impressive to see out on the ice. And then this weekend, we've got another major activity with the Swanville Sobieski Lions and their fishing tournament. This is a big event that brings out a lot of people.
It does. And if you've ever been to the Swanville Sobieski fishing tournament, it's kind of a neat little thing because it's kind of a family outing to some extent, or a group of friends. And sometimes you'll see couches and recliners, anything that makes themselves comfortable for a few hours of fishing. And if they catch fish, great. If not, they're there just to have a great time with family and friends.
Yeah, it's a social aspect. And again, only a couple of hours, so they can do all these things and have some fun. And before they get too cold, they'll be done with the tournament and on their way home.
Actually, they'll probably be headed to Reds. And that's where they do their drawings and stuff after the fishing tournament.
Speaking of prizes, this is one of the cool things about this activity, the tournament, is that they have things for the kids. They have, door prizes and prizes for the people who are catching fish. I mean, they just have a lot of things to really, they'll send a lot of winners home happy on Saturday.
Yeah, they do. And like I said, with the kids, you definitely want to go, because I think they give out the free jig rods and
a little fishing kit of some sort.
Yeah, and it's just really kind of a neat little thing. It's great for the kids. They really enjoy getting something free, and then they get to go try it out and see if they catch a fish. And if they catch something that can go up on the wall, they may actually win some cash out of the deal.
Yeah, they definitely can, because it's every species that they pretty much were catching. If it's big enough, they are headed over there. And it's really kind of neat watching the kids. Their different strategies. I mean, the adults have our strategies, but when you're watching a mini version of an adult in there and they're doing their jig thing, or they're down there looking and jigging or whatever they might be doing, it's really just kind of neat to see, because there's some of these kids who are super serious when it comes to fishing.
Yes.
Well, that'll wrap up our show for tonight. We want to thank you for watching. I'm John Young with the Hometown News TV.
And I'm Lori Young with the Hometown News TV.
Good night.
Good night.